Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got one. We got one good. Oh, yeah. It took me a while to get one, but I think we finally got one. It's got some size to it. Definitely got some size to it. Is that a good one? Is that a good one? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it's not like a super good one, but hey, we got one. A largemouth bass. About a pound or two. I like that. Good, nice bass there. Largemouth bass. Good bass, about a 1 pounder. Not huge, but I've heard there's some huge ones in this pond. Pretty good bass. All right, let's let this guy go. It's a nice bass. Took much longer than I thought to catch, but we'll take it. We will take it. See you, bass. And it goes off. All right, let's get this Magnum fathead back out there. By the way, we are at Sun Prairie. I'm not exactly sure where, but we're at some random park. It's supposed to have a lot of bass, but it took me like an hour to get that first one. And I'm using both minnows and using basically my lures. So I'm not sure how many bass this place actually has, but we'll give it a good shot. All right, wish my poles can actually make it further out in the pond, but they obviously can't. But that's okay, because my lure's not really picking up anything either. A lot of times crappie and bass do come by the side at night, and I'm hoping that's what happens. I did actually just get like a big green sunfish, just putting an empty hook in the water by shore. So there's a lot of big green sunfish here. They'll probably devour the minnows as well. So I'm hoping that, you know, the last couple of moments of the day I get another one. I'm probably going to end up going to Watertown or Marshall afterwards because I actually want some fish. All right, I got one. It's a much smaller one, but I think it's a much smaller one. Let's see what it is. That's a fish. And it is another bass. All right, it's not bad. A little largemouth there. Now I just got to get the hook out, which is going to be kind of difficult, but we got one, another one, largemouth bass. All right, fish. See ya. Smaller one. So, not another bad fish. There you go. Out in the open again. And we're gonna just throw this back out in the pond. Actually, might be more fish here than I thought. Maybe they're just waiting until dusk because it's really freaking hot during the day and fish don't really like to be out then. But we will see. We will see. I just heard that there are channel catfish here, and someone just caught a 5 pounder out of here recently, so that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Look at that pole shake. Look at that pole shake. That is a big, big blow up right there, and that is a big, big bass. Okay, maybe it's not that big because oh, it's bigger than the last. Oh, that's a good one. You see that? Oh, that's like a 3 pounder. I like that. I like them apples. That's definitely like a 3 pounder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a bigger one. It's a much bigger one. Can it be my personal best bass? Oh, that's really big. I wish I bought my, that's a really big one. I really, really wish I brought my net now, because that is a really big bass. Oh man, this thing is awesome. Great pond, my friends. Great, great pond. Big, big bass. Well, it's probably like 2.5. It's not huge. But yeah, good bass, good bass. 3 pound bass, my friends. 3 pound bass, quite a unit. This pond is awesome. If not for that 4 pound bass I caught over at Mendota, this would actually be my personal best. But we did catch a 4 pounder at Mendota, so this is not my personal best, but it's still a unit of a fish. I'll take it though. There you go, there you go. Nice bass. All right, we're here in this pond in Middleton now. We only had about 1.5 hours at the other pond. Don't have much time today, about an hour maybe. And I've got 2 minnow baits out, plus we got some corn right there. So there's carp and bass in this pond. I haven't ever caught a bass in this pond, caught plenty of carp, but I have seen them feed around dusk. And plus, I've caught bass fingerlings, so I do know they actually exist here. I took my bobber, the small bobber, near the lily pads. I don't know if it's a bass. It could just be a bluegill, and because there are gills here, but these magnums are usually a little too much for them. But let me see what it is. Is that a bass? No, yes, it is a largemouth bass. All right, my first bass from this pond. Excellent, largemouth bass. Very small though, very, very small. All right, there are bass in this pond. Small ones right now, but bass. See ya, bass. I'm throwing them because I can't actually let them go slowly. There's like a bunch of weeds between me and the pond, so I just toss them in the pond. Oh, I think we got another hit. Oh yeah, that bobber went down for good. It actually is pulling the pole a bit. These do not look like gigantic bass. In fact, this one might just be a bluegill. It could be a bass though. Nope, it is a bluegillish fish. So at least we got stuff that's hitting here, but bluegill, decently large one, but not a largemouth bass. All right, bluegill, see ya. Whee! Plop. I am convinced that there are actually large bass here, because I have seen them feed in the evening, but I have not been able to catch one. But I was able to catch a bass here, so there are bass here, but I just have not been able to catch a big one. Oh, look at that, the first fish to actually make my pole go insane. That is, I don't know what that is, but it's in the slop, whatever it is, and that makes it harder to pull. But it is definitely a fish. Is it a bass or a bluegill? Oh, it is another largemouth bass. Oh yeah, definitely not bad. I mean, I've never actually caught a bass from this pond before, and I've caught 2 today, so I guess it can sort of count it as a success, but not a full success because it's still a very small bass. All right, see ya, bass. Whee! All right, 2 bass so far on this pond, and a bluegill, but you know, whatever. Gotta take the good with the bad. We'll just sling it out there and hopefully we get another big fish. What's really surprising to me is that we haven't actually gotten a carp here yet. This pond I know is full of carp unless they figured out some way to kill them all without killing the bass and all the other fish, which I don't think is possible. So yeah, I'm not really sure why, but doesn't seem to be too many carpios in here. And yeah, hopefully we'll find some more soon. Seems to be a hot spot right here. The bobber went down again. I can still see it, which means the fish isn't very strong. See what it is? Is it a bass? Is it a bass? Is that a walleye? No, it is another largemouth bass. I'll take it though. It's slightly larger than the other 2, but still nothing to really celebrate about. There are a lot of bass in this pond, but very small ones. I've seen huge ones in here though, that feast on minnows at dusk, but I didn't catch one today. That's it for today. We got 3 bass in this pond and a bluegill. We got 3 bass in the other pond. The other pond has much bigger bass. I think there are big bass in here, I just haven't caught one. I will come back here next spring and see if I can get a bigger bass. But had a lot of fun the last 2 days. Just basically an hour and a half each day. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Check out some of my other videos in the lower left corner. And I'll see you guys later.